Gym Candy Part 3, Chapter 12. I wasn't giving up, but I couldn't keep doing the same things. I'd worked as hard as anybody in the weight room. Still, I wasn't big enough or strong enough to go one-on-one with a linebacker in the red zone. To get bigger and stronger, I had to go back to Popeyes. Sunday, while my mom was at her new church, I asked my dad if he could still get me a membership. "I thought you hated Popeyes," he said. "You were right about the weight room at school. I'm not making much progress. And I don't think our coach knows much about weight training. It's all 3 sets of 10 and that sort of thing." "Yeah, that's how the old guys did it. In fact, that's how I did it. I'll call Popeyes and get you an hour a week with that trainer. What's his name? Or do you want a different guy?" "His name is Pete Voltz, and he was fine. He knew what he was talking about. I got it in my head that he was gay." My dad snorted. "Mick, gay guys are in every gym. Fact of life. You've got to take what people have to offer, whoever they are." While I watched the Jeep, he called Popeyes. I was drying it when he came outside. "Tuesday," he said. 3:30 with Peter Voltz. You're all set." At school on Monday morning, I took the stairwell leading down into the basement. I knew Carlson's office was somewhere down there, but I'd never been in the school basement before. I wandered around a while before I saw him through an open doorway. He was seated in front of a computer, his head in his hands, deep in study. "Coach?" I said. He motioned to me with his hand. "Come on in. This will just take a minute." I stepped into the little office and sat down on a blue plastic chair. "I can check every square foot of the school from here," he said as I sat. "Lights and heat and alarm systems." "I thought your job was pretty simple," I said, and then I was embarrassed, afraid I'd insulted him. "I mean, it's okay, Mick. You don't have to explain. But there is one thing you should always remember. Nothing in life is simple." He went back to his computer. A minute or two later, he hit the enter key and then turned to me. "So what can I do for you?" I explained to him about Popeyes, how my dad could get me a free membership, and how I was going to start training there after school instead of with the team. "I wanted you to know that I'll still be lifting, even though you won't see me." "I don't check on my players, Mick. I told you that." "I know," I said, but you thought I might check on players." He smiled. "That's okay. I'm glad you told me, because I'd like you to reconsider." "Why?" "Because friendship counts for something, too. You work out with guys. You form a bond. Fourth quarter, tight game, everyone's tired. That bond matters. See what I mean?" I squirmed in my chair. "I'm stuck, Coach. I've been stuck for weeks. You told me I'd get through it, but I haven't. I came up short last time. I don't want to come up short next time." He leaned back in his chair but didn't speak. "So, is it okay?" I asked. "Your decision, Mick. You do what you think is best." So the question here is, do you agree with Carlson when he talks about how friendship counts for something out on that field? Right? If you're not bonding with your teammates off the field, are you going to trust them on the field? When Carlson had mentioned friendship, I'd felt a sting. It had been a month since the run-in with Drager and Clark. Nobody had forgotten about it. Not me, not Drew, not Deshawn. We acted like friends. We ate lunch together, and most days I gave one or both of them a ride home at the end of the day. But I didn't meet up with them between classes. And at lunch and during weight training, they talked more and more with each other, and less with me. I could never make up my mind how I felt about the way Drew and the rest of my teammates had acted. Sometimes I'd think about them watching while Drager and Clark beat me up, and I'd feel betrayed. But other times I'd picture the whole thing reversed, picture those 2 guys pounding on Drew or Deshawn, and I'd wonder what I would have done. There was something scary crazy in Drager's eyes, something almost everybody in the school felt. 10, maybe 15 seconds. That's how long the whole thing took. I wanted to believe I'd have jumped right away, but would I have been any quicker? I didn't know for sure. When weight training ended on Monday, Deshawn went back to the library to use the computers. Drew and I walked out to the Jeep together. "I can't give you a ride home anymore," I said once I started it up. "You losing the Jeep?" Drew asked. "No, it's not that. I'm not going to do my weight training at school. I'm going back to Popeyes." He flinched. "Popeyes? Why?" "They've got great equipment, that's why." But it was so weird. It wasn't that weird. A moment passed. "Is this because of Drager? Is that why?" "It's got nothing to do with him," I insisted, and then I paused. "Look, you're a quarterback. Nobody expects you to go busting tackles and carrying guys into the end zone. 4th and 1, you're going to hand me the ball, and you're going to count on me to get that yard. I've got to get stronger, Drew, and I've got to do it fast. Popeyes gives me the best chance." Neither of us spoke for the rest of the ride. I pulled up in front of his house. "You okay for a ride tomorrow?" "Hey, what is it, a 15-minute walk home?" "I'm fine. Don't worry." So even though His coach encourages him to keep weightlifting at the school so that he can bond with his teammates. Mick decides, nope, he's going to be going to Popeyes and doing the weight training there because he wants to be ready for this next season. And he doesn't think the school gym can give him what he needs. And he breaks the news to his friend Drew. Drew thinks it's a little weird, but other than that, he doesn't say much to him about it.